Alrighty. So we have the visualization for model matrices. 2 of them, in fact. That was trippy. I'm gonna have to work on the camera controls a little. Sometimes they do things you don't necessarily expect. But got that working. Next on the list is figuring out a way to visualize view matrices. So let me start here. I'm actually going to copy a lot of this. I'll even copy the axes, I think. Yeah, so I think I'll copy that much. Come down here and I'll have the view visualization. Okay, have the background color, fog material, got some lights, axes. Let me add these axes. I'll just do an interactive embed here. And that is the wrong one. Here's the view. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think that's actually a good place. But I'm gonna have to change the default camera location, I think. To this. And I think if I quit this, rerun it. Oh, that's not what I wanted to run. Run the view visualization. Yeah, then this isn't where I want the camera to start. I want to start at an angle like this. Blake 4096. What's going on? So I'm just going to move these lines. It's going to move where the camera starts. Okay, now we have a view of the X, Y, and Z axes that gives this sense of depth. So that's good. And with the view matrix, oh, this isn't the right page. Darn. Is it here? No, it's not it either. Dang, I had a really good visualization of this handy. Here. Oh no, this is still the wrong one. Technical difficulty. Okay, here we go. The view matrix is going to transform the space so that the camera is positioned at the origin. And it's the inverse of the camera's model matrix. So what I'm going to have to do, I think the way to visualize this is to first have a camera which is viewing something, and then transform the space so that the camera moves to the origin. So actually, first things first, I need to have a camera-like object. So let me quit out of this. Okay, now I just have these axes here. I'm going to add in a box. Something like this. That's a good box. And then I'll make it a little bit wide. That's a good box. And then I'll make it a little bit wider so it is kind of shaped like a camera. I forgot all of the parameters this takes. I go to tutorial utils. Oh, even that won't help. I'll have to go, I think, here. Okay, so the box geometry has width, height, depth. So let me pass this a width of like 3. I'll just rerun that. It's a little bit big. Bring this down to 2. 1.5. Okay, that's probably good. And I'll color this... I want to color this gray. Maybe this color is gray? No, that's like more like white. I'm trying to bring this down. And it's still white. I don't know the RGB breakdown for a gray color. Maybe I can just worry about that later. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. Okay. So I can call this like the camera body. Then I think I have to add a tetrahedron to this. That kind of looks like the front of the camera. Like the lens part. Or maybe I want a cone. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. So I call this camera lens or whatever. Even though I don't think lens is the right word. Broke something. Oh, did I not port the cone? Dang. Okay, well I have to do that. So that shouldn't be too difficult. Let me come up here. Cone, cone, cone. And I'm just gonna copy pretty much everything from here. I'm just gonna copy all of these attributes, so just all of these. Right down. There, that should do that. Okay, so float, float. Oh, it has the times right here, so I can just copy these directly. Cool, and these are floats. Great. I have to do this just because gRPC wants me to. Great, so this is the request I'll send. And then let's go here. I'll have to add the actual code that runs. Copy this from cylinder mostly as well. Copy this from cylinder mostly as well. And here I'm gonna have to copy all these attributes. So all of these I'm gonna bring over here. And I'm just gonna set them to their defaults. So we call that request dot that. Okay. And now I have to fill in those defaults. So, or let me just look here. 1, 1, 8, 1. Open-ended, false, 0, 2 pi. Okay, I think that's all I have to do. So I'll rerun this server. I'm going to move the new service files into Manim. Aqua Beam, what's going on? Yeah, like this. And now when I run this, maybe I can have the cone. And Daryl Golden, what's going on? And I ran the wrong thing, so that's always good. Cone geometry cross has no wireframe. Okay, so I have to go back here, update this service, and just copy this over. Great. Alright, I'm gonna restart this. Restart this, and hopefully now when I run this. Yeah, and I have to copy the code into Manim. Great, so we have a cone. And this one even looks kind of gray. I wonder if this material is just too shiny? It's only at 5. Or not shiny enough. Where did I put the light? 555? Maybe where I want this light is just 550. Okay, that turned it yellow. Oh, that's the color. I think that's a better place. Okay. So I have the camera lens. Gonna move that over. Lens dot. One day I'll have a better way to translate things. OpenGL objects, but for now I'm stuck typing this all out. Great, so that moved it. I'll add the body. Why is that such a different color? It's extensive tutorial. Has it been 3 streams? Yeah, so I tend to over prepare things, maybe. the word is. But like, I want it to be YouTube worthy. So I want to make a YouTube video out of it. But just as an informal lesson to give to Manim community devs or whatever, I'd be happy giving to make a YouTube video out of it. But just as an informal lesson to give to Manim community devs or whatever, I'd be happy giving a tutorial right now. But just if I want something to potentially put on YouTube, I have to be a little bit, I think it should be a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, so let's take this lens, and before I translate it, I'm gonna rotate it around the z-axis by not pi. Also, why did it get bigger? Oh, that was the wrong... Wait, oh, this is a translation matrix. There. And that was the wrong angle. Okay. Then if this box is 1.5, I'm gonna call something camera width. This is 1.5, and I gotta translate this by camera width over 2. Well, that didn't work. What? I guess it kind of worked. Radius. All right, let's tone down the radius. And maybe this just needs to be not divided by 2? No, that doesn't work either. Where is this thing centered? Its height is 1. I want camera width over 2 plus the cone's height over 2. I think that worked. And just the x-axis is in the way. That kind of looks like a camera. And let me say camera is object 3D. This and camera lens. I'll shift the camera down. By like some negative y. This cone looks polyhedral. How did you implement it? I stole it from 3JS. So whatever they did. There were a few streams back when I had a stream title called Stealing as Much as I Possibly Can from 3.js. And I really took that to heart. Now this cone just looks funny. Maybe if I put like 0.6 here. I'll do lens height as a variable. The heist paid off, indeed. Okay, this looks like a good camera. I dig it. Even though I feel like it's too shiny. But I can't find a good value of shininess. I don't know. I don't know lighting that well. Do I have a general polyhedral class? Let's see. They have this. Polyhedron, solid 3 dimensions, flat pace is called to take an array of vertices, project them onto a sphere, and then divide them up to a desired level of detail. It looks like they don't have an example here. But I guess they have this class. Well, here, these... Can I seriously not open this in a new tab? But I guess they have this class. Well, here, these... Can I seriously not open this in a new tab? Okay. These classes use its polyhedron class. Their docs are so pretty. Their docs are... They're pretty. I admit. They're prettier than ours. They don't... For some reason, if you control click on a link, it doesn't open in a new tab here, and I don't know why. And it's super annoying. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to translate this anymore. I think this is an okay camera. So I'm going to move this camera into a helper function. Yeah. Did I waste my time making polyhedra then? Well, I don't know. It depends on a few things. For one thing, meshes are pretty distinct from objects right now, for better or for worse. There are things you can do with objects that you can't do with meshes and vice versa. So if you did it with objects, maybe that's helpful on its own. Possibly. Did it with objects. Okay. Then yeah, that could be helpful. So context. Delete that. Delete that. I'll just set these variables here. Great, and I think this should work. Let's try that. And it didn't work. I have the camera body code here. So like this should be camera width. This should be cone height. Lens height. And now I can add these two. Okay. Let's try removing that. Great. That is a mighty fine camera, if I do say so myself. Okay. So now let me angle the camera. And it seems like it's kind of large, so I'm going to scale that down. Bring this down by like half. That looks good. And now what do I want to do? What I think I want to do is, do I even want to look at it from this angle? Actually. And like, maybe I don't. Maybe I want to look at it from this angle or something. But I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, I think I'm going to have the camera looking... But I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, I think I'm going to have the camera looking down so that basically it's from this angle. So to do that, I'm going to rotate around the Z-axis. Pi over 2. Then rotate around the X-axis. The other way. Okay, then... I think I have to move it somewhere. Yeah, this is the default... Or actually, not this, but this... minus 11. That's the default camera position. Wait, not negative 11. No, yeah, negative 11. If this is the positive... No, this should be positive 11. This is the default camera position. That's kind of too far. So I can scale that down a bit. Scale it down even more. Maybe like 4. Okay, so right here. And then I'm going to need some objects in this scene for the camera to look at. Actually, before that, I think I'm going to have a box here that's going to denote the area that the camera will project. So let me do that. Get 3D box. And the width, height, and depth. So if I look at OpenGL, utils OpenGL, frame width, frame height. This is the width and the depth, and I set the width and the height, and I set the depth to 20. So that's plus and minus 10 in that direction. But I think that'll be way too big. Actually, maybe I should make this proportional. Like this 4. Maybe it should be like 11 divided by something. I guess 11 divided by 4. And I broke something. Oh, get 3D box. So now this is proportional to where it is in the actual Manim. So now, for the width that I pass here, let's do config at frame width. Actually, just to make sure this is working, width, height, depth, material, radius. Let me just do that. I'll just say font material and 0.01 or something. So that works. Well, that didn't work. That is not a box, believe it or not. That's unfortunate. How did I do this before? 0.03. Why was this any different? I wonder if this has to do with the camera location? Guess I'll have to look at that code. Pass in these. This we stopped at model matrix. It's in the translation or the rotation. Oh, why is the rotation by height over